There comes a time in every server's life where the usefulness just isn't worth the problems. Where every little thing that happens makes you think to yourself, I really need to rebuild this. The Angry Inch is having small issues, like heat, and it's causing it to be unstable. And I can guarantee you it has absolutely nothing to do with this dust filter that is full. Yeah. Angry Inch has been a great server. It's small, compact, holds a decent amount of drives, and overall has been reliable. But I think that I can do better. My new system I've been waiting to build is actually going to go in the rack and get off the ground. When I say new system, I mean everything's going to be built with old stuff. Which means that this new server built dedicated for Blue Iris is coming out of the closet. Running through my old motherboards, I find the X299-7940X system that I have just sitting in the box. This is a system I've had nothing but problems with in the past. I had a full series dedicated to me trying to control the heat using everything from thermal paste to liquid metal. And even with a de-lidded direct die mounted cooler, I was unable to get the 7940X processor to have stabilized temperatures. This time, I have a theory I will correct. This time, I will lap the cooler. Using the most advanced scientific method I know, I verified that the cooler itself is uneven and it needs to be sanded down. Thankfully, I have everything I need to get this done. This of course includes a large piece of glass. Glass being the flattest thing that I have access to. Should probably clean that. 1000 grit sandpaper. Yeah, I probably could do 1500, but I don't have it. And then I tape it all to the glass. Now, of course, before I dove too far into this, I did have to take a second and rub the dog's belly. And of course, when I was done, she wasn't satisfied, but it'll have to do. And now the sanding begins. Sprinkle a little bit of water on that, make sure to have some steady hands, and go back and forth. With only a few strokes, I instantly notice a difference. I can see the uneven spots getting better and better. I've never actually done this before. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I've watched at least one YouTube video, so I think that I am an expert. Once everything was done and I was satisfied with my results, I did my best to show the end results on camera. But now is the crucial time. This is where we test it, and I'm not going to use any kind of expensive thermal paste to do so. After all, this is just a test. I just want to see if this is going to work. Using a spare EVGA 1000 watt power supply, I plugged everything I needed to into the motherboard. Of course, I'm going to need a graphics card for this CPU, and I plan on using one anyway, so I decided to actually rob my old mining rig. Now this mining rig has a 2080 Ti, an RTX 4000, and a 1080 Ti currently running in it. But the 1080 Ti doesn't really pull a whole lot of weight, at least not worth the power it draws in order to make money. So I'm gonna take the 1080 Ti from the mining rig, but before I do that, I should probably take this moment to clean the dust that has accumulated. It didn't take long to realize my graphics card wasn't gonna fit on the cardboard I chose, so I did have to get that changed. I went into the old junk drawer and pulled out an old SSD that I had. I don't know what's on this, but I'm sure it'll be okay for the testing. And then I whipped out the old trusty Windows 10 USB stick. With my monitor set up, I feel like I have everything ready to go. Everything's plugged in. Now it's time to boot it up for the first time. And look at that, the lights come on. Unfortunately though, that was about the only thing that was turned on. This is my first failure. I have to ask myself what could possibly be wrong. I have everything plugged in, the power supply spinning up, lights are on. Why is this happening? I even moved the graphics card. For some reason I felt like maybe it wasn't sitting right in that top slot. Or is it the power supply? Could that be bad? I don't know, but after fiddling around, I go in for my second try, and the lights come on again. So far it looks alive, even though my dog over there looks like it's playing dead. No boot. Maybe I need to clear the CMOS. Success! Now to install and configure Windows 10. I was almost tempted to plug in that Ethernet cable, but if anyone has ever installed Windows 10, you know, do not have that Ethernet cable plugged in when you do it. Oh, Edge, you're never gonna happen for me. These temps are high, but then I realized I didn't plug in the USB that controls the Corsair all-in-one cooler. I do that, install the Corsair software, and the temps are still high. So, same issues. What this tells me is that I am not done today and I have more lapping to do. I'm gonna start with a lower grit sandpaper possibly and work my way up. But at least for now, I know that I have everything I need to rebuild my Blue Iris DVR. And if push comes to shove and I can't figure this out, at least I know that 73 degrees Celsius I can live with. So yes, there will be a part 2, and it's going to include me installing this into this Roswell case, which is going to be a challenge. Because if you haven't noticed, this thing is not built for water cooling, and it also really needs cleaned. So first I cut, then I build, and then I load the drives. Wait, is that a 500 gig drive? I completely forgot I had hard drives in this damn thing.